There is a mixture of things that you do and have done over the years that's not just rockabilly. You've thrown
Sure.
some surf, throwing some jazzy,
Even punk rock and stuff, and punk rock and, you know, more rock and rock stuff, you know, so go ahead.
How does all that blend together? What?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm not sure that it does, you know, but, you know, I usually like to think in terms of rhythms a lot, and so I'll, you know, hear a song that might, to some people, seem like a rockabilly song, but to me, you know, it might seem, you know, maybe almost a punk rock type of a song, or, you know, or vice versa, you know. And to me, punk rock and rockabilly are very, very tied together because it's two different types of music from two different eras, but it's both rock and roll. And, I mean, it's in eras where, you know, we call Jefferson's Starship rock and roll, you know, and they're really just singing, you know, some flowery song about miracles, you know. It's not, you know, compared to Jerry Lee Lewis, it's not rock and roll. So, you know, I mean, and then punk rock had the original independent label. I mean, rockabilly was the original independent label type garage band rock and roll, just like the punk rock movement was. So, you know, I mean, it's very similar like that. And so whenever I can kind of find a tie-in, you know, between the two, then and I look at rhythms a lot, you know, like we have a song called 400 Bucks. It's pretty much of a punk rock type of a thing. It kind of does this deal where it goes. Whoa. Can't play it, Dave. And like, so, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm not going to sit here and sing over this because I'll wake up everybody in the hotel because I'm screaming like a banshee on this song. But the drums behind this go, you know, and so if it sounds punk rock, you know, rock and roll, but, you know, it's the same beat as, come on, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. Come on, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. We ain't faking, a whole lot of shaking going on, you know, and so it's a rock and roll beat, you know. So it's kind of funny, you know, I had this one girl ask me, so that song 400 Bucks, you don't play music like that anymore. And I said, well, the real answer to that question is we don't play the song 400 Bucks over and over and over again. You know? That's one song, you know. So, but that song has a different another section to it that's got more of the funk breakdown part to it, where the drums like, you know, kind of, instead of just the straight ahead where I'm going. That lick. That's a lick I do quite a bit too. If you focus on the right hand here, I'm hitting up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. See what I'm doing on these two strings here? Kind of gives it a fuller sound, you know. Anyway, I do that on.
Did you come up with that picking pattern on your own, or is it something you picked up somewhere?
It's something, I don't know where I picked it up from, and I can't really put my finger on who exactly does that, but yeah, I kind of started picking up on it. You know, a lot of guitar players have done that. And And then a lot of them have done it, but I try to focus a little more on getting a little tighter. Because when you go up, down, that last downstroke sets you up to go to this string for the downstroke. And that downstroke, you come back up and hit this, sets you up to go here. So you can, and sometimes if you think of a circle pattern a little bit, like doing this with your pick, it helps. Yeah, the good thing about this little picking pattern here is that with your left hand over here, you can be real lazy, you know, just hold it. It sounds like you're playing 1,000,000 miles an hour. Hey, I'm just holding this. Well, one thing that I try to show guys that are wanting to get into the alternating bass thing, the way to learn to do it is to start off just on these strings. And then as you get proficient at doing this, A, E, with that middle E note thrown in there, then you kind of add. And you eventually can kind of get your speed up a little bit, but it starts off being kind of a vamp or a. That's a big percentage of what I do is just the alternating bass, you know, or even just a drone bass, a little bit, just kind of keep that low E there.